Hey guys, want to do the video on water change day. So I'm on day 20. I did this on the first. Using the API kit, I'm on my last thing. I always want to test before. If you hold this water up though, it's more orange. There's something to look at when you're doing tests. If you hold it up to the card, it looks really red, and that's not it. So in that same light, when I hold it off to the side, it's more like 20, maybe 30 at best. So, big difference. Looking at it like this, it's like bright red, but, you know, just something to look at. So, I wish I could kind of hold that, but kind of the best I can do is kind of hold it off to the side there. You can see it's orange. So, I'm like 20, maybe 30 tops. So, but I always start off with that. Of course, the nitrite and ammonia, I don't have any present. So it's it's getting established because I'm also looking at when I first started it. Second time, here's the third one that I've done. So I'm looking at each one of these, and last time I didn't do a lot of stability. All right, so 4 caps. You see up here I did 3 times 4 caps. So that's to get your tank established. This is what I'm talking about, new tank stabilization system. I seen a new one that looked pretty cool. It was like FX7 or something. It looked pretty cool. I saw it on the video. But this is what I used, C-Chem. It worked. Of course, I started with the 75 around October. So I had a pretty established FX4. And then I ran the FX6 for about 3 weeks. So those carried over. I was able to add fish instantly. The other thing I'm doing, so stress guard, I'm doing 4 caps. How many times? Prime, I've gotten the other where I'm getting my water source. Stability, getting out of that. Cichlid trace, I'm adding this in between too. So when I do trace, 2 caps, that was 5. I did a pretty big water change last time. I think that's where I'm going to end up staying. Fish are super colored up, but this stuff is great for their trace elements. Okay, so they get nutrients from their skin too. So, and then just cichlid salt. You can see I'm doing 2.5 scoops, so 4 times, and I just throw it in here. It just stays in there. So 1 teaspoon, and there's a guide. So no matter what you're using, there's a guide back here. So I'm using Malawi's, so 3/4. So that's what I'm doing. And you'll see I got totes. So I found this tote. Well, speaking of totes, this is perfect. So I keep all my stuff in here because some of this stuff can kind of have an odor. I keep that in there. I keep my test kit in there. Any kind of thermometers, extra stuff. I've got room up top there. My clamps and things, which I've already got set up because I'm getting ready. So my magnet, my clamps to clamp my, there's the fish. Hoses and things, but today I'm going to be vacuuming the gravel. So I pick up the rock, get the poo out. I'll do that first, so the filters are on. And once I get, I go ahead and turn my wave maker off once the water gets to that level. So when it gets here, I'll turn that off, and then right after that I'll go ahead and turn my filters off too. Because I want to vacuum that stuff up. I've got it where I pick up the rock. It kind of goes everywhere, so I leave the filters on for that part. Fish are still doing real good. Everybody's out of hiding, so to speak. So you can see the wave maker's moving. It actually makes this pile. So I'm going to be leveling that out. It kind of piles it up. It digs up some stuff. And it is because I'm changing my settings on my wave maker. I'm sitting at 80.2. I've got 2 thermometers on there. So, and again, I'm on backup battery too, so I can just hit that and it's done. No filter maintenance, FX4, FX2, FX6s. So that's that. I just run a 50-foot hose out back, but coming in here, this is what I'm doing. So this is the prime, so I'm putting this in. Again, directions are right on the back. But these totes, I got this one at Walmart. And it's exactly 40 gallons. So it's really easy because this stuff goes by like 1 cap full is 50 gallons. So I'm putting just under a cap full. Some people are like, hey, I just go and do the whole cap. Yeah, it's removing chlorine. But another way to remove that chlorine is I got a power head in there. You see, I'm mixing that chemical really good. But you can see that bubbles too and breaks the surface. So any chlorine that's in here can escape. So I've already got this. It's been cooking off for a while. I'll definitely get that first batch. But as I'm going, you can see I've got my thermometer here. I'm almost at 80, so I'll put a little more warm water in that when I get ready to go. But I'm cooking off some of that chlorine is what I'm doing there. So I'm putting in same temperature water. Of course, my water heaters are going to be off too, so I'm trying to keep it 80 is kind of where I target to put in there, because when those heaters come off, you got to remember that temperature is going to be dropping slowly, but it's dropping. So when I'm at 80 something here, I'm putting in 80. It's not a big drastic. Of course, you're going slow too because that thing's only pumping. Some people use some big pumps. I use this one. That's it. I think it's only, I don't know, 3,000 liters. Not that strong, and it's perfect. I've got the 1/2-inch hose that goes outside. I use it for my plants and stuff. So today I'm going to be hitting that gravel. You can pinch this off. This has an auto start, which I like, because you will get some. I'm using the cichlid sand, so this is gonna, when it comes up, if you pinch that, the rock will fall out and the detritus material will stay in that tube. Let the rock fall out, and then from there, keep vacuuming the substrate. So some people like to do half their tank. Some people do the whole thing. I've got time. It's 150 gallons, so I've got time to sit there and just plug away. And I won't get every bit of it because there is some beneficial bacteria down in that. So my main thing is I kind of whiff it, and it'll kind of, anything that the wave maker did not kind of kick up, I just kind of whiff it, and it'll come right up. So, but every once in a while you'll get the gravel in there, and just pinch it. So it's real easy. I like to do this tank at 15 days. I went to 20. As you can see, my nitrates were still in the safe zone. 30. Most people go 40s and 80s. That's, you can get there, but I've got the FX4 on bio only. I've got bio in all three, but that one's bio only, so I can't wait to get that anaerobic bacteria growing in that. Then that filter will be really strong, and then hopefully I can even lower nitrates even further. But at 20 days, I mean, I'm doing, 5 to 4 totes? So, yeah, 4 totes. So 40, 80. Somehow that goes to 160, and I'm on 150 gallons. So, oh yeah, because I'm not getting all of it. Yeah, I don't know how that works out because I've got a 40-gallon tote. So, and I'm getting most of it, maybe not a gallon, so maybe 39. So, but when I drop it down, I just know, and you can make a mark, but I just know when I get the water to the bottom of this FX6, that's 4 totes. It takes 4 totes to fill at that point. So, that's what I do. But if you can make a mark, and then if you're going exactly tote for tote, that's a good idea. If you can find something that matches up. I've been kind of dialing that in, going lower, and I had water left. The last time I did it, I used all the water, and not waste water. And that was my goal. So now I know in my tank where I need to go down to get 4 totes exactly. I might need to relook at that now. That might be a 30-gallon tote. I'm pretty sure it said 40, but now I'm wondering because the math doesn't add up. So, yeah, so just wanted to share that, said I would. So that's what I'm using. That's what works. I've been doing this a long time as an aquatic biologist for the state for a while, like 9 years. But I used to take care of tanks out at Marine Science Center for a long time out in Mayport. You know, we had a wet lab all the schools came to and all that. And that was mostly saltwater, so we didn't have anything like this out there. But I've been doing this a long time, pretty much my whole life, and just it's a fun hobby. Stick with it. If you're having issues with tanks, you know, there's a lot of information on YouTube. A lot of water changes, but some people might cut some of this, like talking about levels and trying to get temperature. And I'm cooking off chlorine with a simple power head. Just some of these little things that you can do really make a difference. And things, you know, certain stuff that you're using, like stability, if it's a newer, if you're seeing, if you're still seeing high nitrates in a short time, maybe getting some stability to ramp up your beneficial bacteria in your filters. And things like this. Now, if you got cichlids, I would highly recommend Trace to get stuff that goes into their bodies. I'm also, you know, I did the other video, I think my last video I was talking about this stuff. So in the fridge, you know, using that Vitachem and Zooplankton, again, a Seachem product, but using those two things, a couple drops on their food, will really bring out their colors. It's good for them inside. The fish really like it. You know, and things using like Fluval, I'm using the bug bites. You know, this is really good for them in their diet. This I've just mixed up. It's Ron's with some New Life Spectrum. I've also got some bug bite pellets in there too. This is just some medicated stuff that I got from Daytona when I bought my fish, so I used that for a while. So that's just sitting there, and I give them that time to time, just something different, a little bit. So, but that's what's working. They're getting a good diet, and you know, they're colored up real strong. So I'm gonna get to it. Thanks for watching, and maybe I'll post a video later when it's all done. All right, see ya.